A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, President Volodymyr Zelenskiy announced on Tuesday that Ukraine is prepared to engage in talks with Russia in any format once a ceasefire is established. This statement comes as both nations seek to demonstrate progress towards ending the war, which has now entered its fourth year. The backdrop of this diplomatic overture is further complicated by remarks from U.S. President Donald Trump, who indicated he might withdraw from peace negotiations if no breakthroughs are achieved soon. Zelensky articulated Ukraine's readiness to engage in discussions, emphasizing that any talks regarding a peace agreement should only occur after the cessation of hostilities. He stated, "We are ready to record that after a ceasefire, we are ready to sit down in any format so that there are no dead ends." This commitment to dialogue follows a meeting in London where Zelenskyy's delegation will discuss the potential for a full or partial ceasefire with European and U.S. officials. Meanwhile, the White House confirmed that Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, is scheduled to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin later this week to further these discussions. According to the Financial Times, Putin has proposed halting Russia's invasion at the current front lines and relinquishing claims to 4 Ukrainian regions that Russia has partially controlled since the invasion began. This marks a notable shift, as it is the first formal indication from Putin since the early days of the conflict that Russia may be willing to soften its demands. However, this proposal is viewed with caution. European officials have suggested that it could merely be a negotiating tactic. Additionally, The Washington Post reported that the U.S. has proposed recognizing Russia's annexation of Crimea and freezing the current front lines as part of a potential settlement. Crimea, which Russia seized in 2014, remains a contentious issue, with Zelensky adamant that Ukraine will not recognize Russian claims in the region. He has suggested that regaining control over occupied territories could be achieved through diplomatic means rather than military force. The complexity of the peace process is further compounded by Russia's insistence on Ukraine adopting a formal stance of neutrality, thereby preventing its accession to NATO. Ukraine, on the other hand, is advocating for the deployment of an international force to ensure any peace settlement is upheld, a proposal that Moscow has repeatedly rejected. In terms of U.S. involvement, Secretary of State Marco Rubio will not attend the upcoming talks in London, with General Keith Kellogg representing Washington instead. This shift comes amid warnings from Trump and Rubio that the U.S. could withdraw from peace efforts unless tangible progress is made within days. Trump expressed hope for a deal this week, underscoring the urgency of the situation. Zelensky has also indicated his willingness to meet with Trump at an upcoming event, the funeral of Pope Francis, where they will be joined by other world leaders. As both sides navigate the complexities of negotiation, the international community watches closely, hopeful for a resolution that could bring an end to the protracted conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.